Alrighty folks, this is the fourth move of the cow and the bull. It went really good. The cow, she's got the hang of it. She just followed the sheep right on out, right into the on-rolled hay I put there. I actually on-rolled a little bit with the bale pickup. Now I'm doing daily moves. I'm just gonna leave the bale on the pickup and on-roll a little bit and head where I'm gonna put them. You know, just those short strips there. It went pretty nice that way, and they just all walked out and started eating. They're all doing their thing, so got the fence up. It's looking like when I'm doing these longer shots here on these longer runs that I'm not gonna have there's like maybe 2 days there, not 4 like I was thinking. So now it's gonna be figuring out where to go with them next, because that's got to happen here pretty quick. But as you can tell, they're all happy. Puppies got their runs in for the day, so they got their exercise. She's going more and more towards the house because she knew those chickens down there now, so I'm kind of fighting her on that a little bit, but she's still a pup, so all a chicken is to them is just a moving squeak toy at this point in time. So can't get mad at her. She'll doing what she did, and we'll get them trained up so they leave the chickens alone here. Sometime this summer I'll probably end up putting chickens next to them here or something in their own little, in their netting, so the dogs, so they just stop caring about them, really. I mean, so far that's worked with the cows and the other animals we brought into the place, so should do good for that. Now so, alright, didn't film the move or nothing today. I was just same as just the same old, just giving you an update on how the cow's doing. It's really surprising how quickly they adapt to movements of a system. So it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna have to have more netting or have my high tensile wire up here when the green grass comes out, so I can have a fence ahead of them when I move them. You know what I'm doing right now, this is only going to work until it gets green and they find the lush green grass to eat instead of the old hay. But as you can tell, I'm getting through this field here mighty quick, but it's can't wait to see what it's going to do here this spring when we get some rain on it. So like I say, there's about 2 days left here where they're at, and I'm going to have to go from there. I really don't want to move them back there. I do know there's about 5 days of grazing over there, but then I'm further away from what from where I'm gonna have to end up with them. So, and I don't completely know where that's at yet. I got 40 acres over the hill here. I didn't really want them out there when I was lambing. I want them close to the house. I can't touch nothing right next to the house. Otherwise, I just put them right over this hill here. But I want that for when I'm lambing. So I might have to load the cow and the bull up in the horse trailer and try to lead and push the sheep over the hill. I don't know how well that'll go because that's an awful long distance, and they've never been out back. I don't worry about them getting down to the yard or nothing. No, that's where they started out here at the place. So past that, they haven't ever been out back. So I don't really know how well they'd take to being led or push that much. I don't want to go through the trouble of trying to load them in the trailer either. So. But we'll figure it out, and we'll take you along for the journey. Alrighty folks, I'm going to go ahead and ride out back out here to this 40 I was thinking about. I really wasn't wanting animals on there right yet, but in the same sense, I want to get what's standing down. And as quickly as those sheep are going through that 3-acre spot, I should be able to get it laid down pretty nice out back here. As long as it don't get too terribly wet on me. This is what I was worried about. If it rained and I wouldn't be able to get nothing out there to get them water, because our hillside here is just clay, dirt, and I mean, we got plans to fix it, but if you're on a homestead or a ranch and plans, there's always something comes up that you're not expected. But I should be able to always get the 4-wheeler out here. I just don't know about a pickup. So I'm going to go ahead and drive out over this hill I don't know what the wind's doing to the mic, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and we'll talk about the 40 when I get there. Alrighty, folks, let me get off the hill here. So, this is the 40, where you can sit up to that fence line there. I had the horses out here this winter to give them something to be able to get out of the wind and to get some of this graze down out here. They really didn't touch it though. It's a lot of stemmy stuff, a lot of stuff that, quite honestly, if I had a roller crimper or something, I just do that, because even if I rolled a roller out here, that wouldn't do nothing. So I'm kind of at a loss. You know, there's always a tool that you think you need that you gotta really think over. I mean, the horses hit like this spot here, they hit pretty good. But for the most part, they didn't touch none of it out here. And so I was debating. I got that one pile of hay. That's old hay that needs to be unrolled. That I'm doing. I'm cleaning up the hay yard this year. It's all getting unrolled and getting spread out. I was kind of seeing if I could get the neighbors' cows in here. See if I can let them run their 200 or whatever. How many? 200 plus. I don't really know how many they got. Cows out here, and they would get knocked down pretty quick. But since it's not quite lambing season yet, and I want the lambs close to the house, because I'm gonna have to pull the puppies out so that the sheep can do their thing, and the puppies, it'll be their first lambing season. We have to pull them out and keep them there in a net next to the sheep so they can see what's going on. That's my plan anyway. So yeah, out here I'm gonna unroll hay. That little ridge line right there, it gets pretty clay and pretty bare, so most likely unroll quite a bit of it there. I also want to unroll it, so something will tromp it in and kind of pick through it and eat it. As you can tell, this here is one of the fields that we plowed up before we knew better. And as you can tell, sun's behind me, but a lot of dirt, and it shouldn't be that dry, but that's how it is out here until we get it fixed. Now, it's our mistake. Growing up, the farmers, the grass runs out, starts going down, and they tell you to plow it. So you don't know better. You grow up trying to respect your elders and their opinions. It's kind of what you do. About halfway through plowing up the fields we did, I came across the Working Cows podcast, which brought me to Nicole Masters. Charlie Arnett is a podcaster in Australia, and just a wealth of information gets put on those podcasts. And when you're sitting in the tractor just plowing up your land, got nothing better to do besides listen to podcasts, right? So, but of course at that time, we'd already to the point where we had to finish doing what we was doing, because we couldn't leave it how it was. It had to be finished off and learn next time. But it is a gorgeous day out here. I'm in a sweater just because of the wind, but when the wind lets down a little bit, it's too hot, so it's great. There is some grass, so I took the horses off this earlier because I didn't want them nibbing it down, but I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said, I kind of up there, I'm out in the grass, so I either got to bring the sheep to here on this one, or put them out on that yellow one out there. And that's kind of what I have planned for later this summer. Again, it's all got a lot of tall stuff on it. I wish I could get down. I've thought about renting a sickle mower or a mower to come in and just lay it down, but in this country, the wind's so terribly bad that I don't know. I don't know if that'd do anything. I'm open to ideas. Give me an idea. Maybe it'll work. I know that I thought about swathing it, but then that just puts it in windrows. And we don't want that. I thought about using a draper header swather, but the framework and stuff would get in the way. I mean, it wouldn't go through. It just plug up. So, yeah, I've been trying to think hard on it. What we want to do out to try to get this laid down. I don't really know. So I haven't walked out here yet this year because, well, when it's so cold you really don't know what's growing too much. I guess I was out here one time with my brother, just when he's feeding horses there. When he's feeding horses on the other side of the hill, we kind of walked out here to see what's happening, and he pulled the horses off here a couple weeks ago, and we've seen that there's some trying to green come up. But yeah, because there's no feed value really in any of this, but I want it laid down, and also want whatever seeds did happen to come off of this grass and stuff last year to get trampled in to help get that seed bank started up and firing. But as you can tell, we're starting the canopy here starting to open up. This is on the hillside. I said I need to unroll that hay. It's opening up, and there's my boot between that spacing of that clump of grass. So definitely needs more impact out here. The horses, like I said, they really didn't touch it like I was hoping. So I either need to this is where I'll bring the sheep and try to pick the worst spots to get them across. Like, obviously this here, unroll the hay out on this, get some carbon on it, get some protection from the sun, get something to hold the moisture, or bring the neighbor's cows out here and unroll hay on this, and have 200-300 head of 1,400 pound beeves out here stomping it all right down in the ground. So haven't decided yet, but this is what I got to work with at the moment. So most likely be unrolling that hay like I figured all winter. I'd be unrolling out here on this ridge line, that group of 11 bales, just to get cover out here and spread it out. Which is another reason we want the cows out here instead of necessarily the sheep, because cows will be able to spread that out, whereas you put the sheep down on it and they'll kick it around a little bit, but still got a lot of pitchforking to do. So and that there has not been no spray on this place for 20 years. My brother and I, we picked that up for some foliar nutrients and like calcium and stuff like that. Used it one time before this drought hit. Now we're looking and doing vermicast and teas, stuff like that. So that's the reason that's still here. Because if we got some composting tea or some vermicast, we want to get sprayed out. That's what we'll do. So, all right, like I said, that's kind of the plan. This is that 40 I was going to bring the livestock out on. If anybody's curious about the pole out in the middle of my field, that's stuff to do with the Air Force, military. So it stays. I can't rip it out. All right, that'll do it for today. Have a good one.